What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and today we're actually going to be reacting to a very interesting video. So when I was scrolling on Twitter yesterday, because I told you guys I really wasn't feeling well, I'm still not. I know a lot of you, because I said I woke up sick. Sick for me, because I have those light sensitivity headaches. There's times where I just wake up with them, and I still feel like the pressure here now. It makes me feel weird, like I can't fully function and sit up correctly. I do feel sick. not in the sense of like I have a cold or a flu, but I feel sick and awful because of like how it makes me feel. But when I was on there, I saw something that was like this pastor went to hell and heard demons singing Rihanna, and I was just like I guess he died temporarily and went. That's what the clip said, and it had like a 1 minute clip of him talking about it. So I was just like, yo, how are you a pastor and you went to hell? What you mean? I was like, ain't no way you my pastor and I hear you say that. Something wrong for you went in the wrong direction. But it turned out there was a longer clip for 2 minutes long, but it still sounded like he was talking. So I was able to find the actual TikTok. It's about 5.5 minutes long. And basically, it's from his page. He said, my experience when I saw hell in February 2016, I'll never be the same after that. So we could watch it together. I have not watched all of this. I've only seen like the two clips, which were pulled out were a minute apiece. But I haven't seen all of this. So I figured we would sit down and watch it together because I want y'all to see what the reality is if you go the wrong way. Because at the end of the day, when we die, wherever we go, that is for eternity. Eternity. I don't think a lot of people can't comprehend what eternity means. That's a lifetime. That's forever. Like I don't understand. Nobody can comprehend living forever, but that's what it's gonna be. And you want to make sure you are in the correct place. But let's go ahead and jump into this and see what he actually has to say.
So is it true that you saw hell?
Oh yes, absolutely. I saw the real hell. I was there. And I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. I don't care what a person has done to me. I would never wish that on them. But for me, the way it went is that I thought that I was having a heart attack, and my spirit left my physical body, and I thought that I was going upward, but because I thought I had done so much good in this lifetime and helped so many people and made so many decisions that were godly decisions. But as opposed to me going up, I went down. And I went literally into the center of the earth, and that's where hell is. Jesus even said that in the scriptures. He says, just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a whale, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the earth, which is where hell is. The things that I saw were literally undescribable, and it just makes me emotional every time I talk about it. But it was one of the things that I saw that just blew me away was there's a man on all fours like a dog. He was burned from the crown of his head to the soles of his feet, and his eyes were bulging out. And what was worse than that is that he had a chain around his neck. So he was like a dog in hell. And what was even worse than that is that who was holding the chain? It was a demon holding the chain. And I knew because they're not said, they're known. It's like a telepathic communication. I knew that this demon was sent in this man's life to ride him from his childhood until the time that he died, because the demon knew that if I could stay in his life long enough on the earth, if I can keep getting him to not serve God and to make bad decisions on the earth, then I'll have power over him in hell and he'll be a slave to me. So it's like twice a slave. It's like you're a slave on the earth to the things of the devil, and then in hell you're really like a tormented dog slave. And then there was another part that I experienced that just blew me away. It still baffles me to this day. There was a section in hell where music was playing, and it was the same music that we hear on the earth, but as opposed to entertainers singing it, the music demons were singing it. And it was some of the same lyrics that we hear here. And then again, things like I said, they're not things that are not telepathically. Things are telepathically known there. I knew that on Earth, a lot of the lyrics and the music and the songs are inspired by demons. So sometimes when people smoke to get high and to get lyrics and to get verses and rappers and all those things. So in a lot of music, people actually smoke to get high, to get verses and to get bars and to be hot and to be fresh. And to get that swag. But when they open themselves up to a false high, it's like illegal access into the spirit realm. They actually come in contact with demons who give them lyrics for the purpose of controlling people on the earth. So here, music is for like to get over a breakup. Don't worry, be happy. I busted windows out your car, or under my umbrella, or whatever. Every lyric to every song is to torment you as to the fact that you didn't worship God through music when you were on the earth. So it's like, you had a chance to worship him in church and worship him at home and worship him through music, but you chose to worship Satan by repeating the lyrics that he inspired to come into the earth. So there's people there for that, because music is very controlling. And I was angry with God, because it's like, how did I do this much good and I'm actually in hell? Well, I lifted up out of hell and I came back on the earth, and God began to speak to me. I actually saw the real Jesus. I saw him, and he began to speak to me, and he said, you have been secretly upset with the people that hurt you. You have been hoping that I would punish the people that hurt you. He said, these are not your people, these are my people. He says, I only want you to focus on the assignment that I'm giving you, because I want to do something through you that the world hasn't seen. And so the root of it is that although I did good, I gave a lot to people, I did a whole lot of good things. The thing that I had in my heart was unforgiveness towards people who had did me wrong. Because a person that can't forgive is a person that's forgotten how much they have been forgiven of. So that's my experience with hell. Hell is a real place, and I don't believe that God doesn't send people to hell. People send themselves to hell. And whatever's still left inside of you that God has been trying to get out of you, that you die with, that's going to determine where you go. God's going to want to know, did you learn to love well? Did you learn to forgive well? Did you serve me well? Did you do something greater than your life? Did you do anything that has eternal significance, or is everything selfish? So I thank God for the light. It was Jesus, because of that light, I won't see any more days in hell.
So is it true?
That's interesting. So to touch in order, I guess, when he spoke about the music, I'm not shocked when he said when people take drugs and it helps them, right? It's opening you up to all this different realm, right? You may not even be aware of it. That's true. That is true. Think about how many artists you know of, especially like in rap and stuff, that they're like high all the time, and they work and write, and a lot of them have to be high to work in the studio. And I remember when I was younger, there was like a few artists I had listened to when they finally decided to be sober and stop using that. Their music was completely off after. It wasn't as good anymore. But that's because when you live in the world, you know what good music is supposed to sound like. Good music, right? And you hear that. And I remember there was an interview, this was like decades ago. There was a rapper called Charles Hamilton. He finally got his life together and got sober. And a lot of people weren't messing with him because the music just didn't sound good anymore. And he was like, imagine how that makes me feel hearing that my music doesn't sound good anymore. You guys only cared for my music when I was like drugged out. He's like, well, how do you think that makes me feel? It makes me want to do drugs again. And he's like, I know I can't because it's bad for me, but that puts me in a bad space like mentally. Which, I mean, is true. You tell somebody that you don't want them to do drugs again. It's so crazy. And we think about how many artists just stay in a daze nonstop because they can't function without living that lifestyle of being like high all the time. And the Bible even tells you are supposed to be sober-minded, right? You're not supposed to be a drunkard. You're really not supposed to be high and stuff all the time. You're supposed to be sober and vigilant at all times. And the ending part where he said there was things he hadn't let go of yet, that just let me know, because there's still some things I'm holding on to, right? And in my mind, I have thought about that before. I'm like, well, they don't want to act right. They gonna get punished by God. But he did say something significant. He was like, that's not for me to worry about what God gonna do to them, right? I gotta let all that go. I gotta let all that go. People punish themselves. That's really what's gonna end up happening. People punish themselves. God not gonna punish them for you just because you felt like you was slighted or wronged or whatever it was, right? But there is like certain things inside of me I do still have to let go and work on. We've talked about that before in one of my live streams. Because none of us are perfect. A lot of us, we're works in progress, and we're always going to be works in progress, no matter how much we do. Because at the end of the day, we're human. I never want to end up there. I never want to end up there at all. I've mentioned this before. I never dug into like a lot of details, and it wasn't on a live stream. It was in one of my older videos, where like I always knew, like I was always afraid of hell and the devil, but I never believed in like being religious. Made no sense. There was a lot of stuff I believed in where I just didn't come over to Christianity, where it's like I should have just came over, you know. Things happen for a reason. I'm here now. That's all that matters. But I used to have these dreams where I would be in hell, and it didn't look anything like on TV, and I've never seen anything like what him and other people have described in their videos, because it's not like I was actually there. It was just a dream, but I was still like scared, and I felt uneasy, you know. So yeah, I would say if you're not religious, you need to start looking into being religious. You need to start looking into getting your Bible, becoming a brand new person. But also with the music thing, something I still struggle with. I know I find myself now, I listen to a lot more Christian music now, like Christian hip hop, but I keep finding myself in the same cycle of songs, because, you know, you grow up listening to worldly music for long enough, it's hard to find good Christian music, because it don't hit the same. I'm gonna be real with you, it don't hit the same at all. So I know a lot of people may not like Kanye as a person, but he does have really good Christian songs. And when he has like the Sunday service choir, they're great. I love their songs. I love hearing them sing and praise God. And a lot of those songs are my favorites. It's just trying to find more outside of that is hard, because to me, because I grew up on a lot of rap and R&B, despite listening to like everything. I also listen to country and rock and stuff. But like that's my favorite. And it do be kind of hard to just find newer stuff to listen to that just, to me, sounds as good. So I find myself just stuck in the same loop of Christian songs. But I know that's something I got to get better with. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss when I drop a video. And till next time, you already know who it is. It's Sam.